The Agency for Civil Service Affairs and Anti-Corruption is a national authority which exercises leadership in the area of the civil service, evaluates the quality of public services as well as prevents, detects, and investigates corruption offenses. Agency comprises the Academy of Public Administration, the National Center for Civil Service Personnel Management, and the National Anti-Corruption Bureau. Since Kazakhstan's independence, the government attaches a great importance to the establishment of the professional state apparatus. Modernization of the civil service is one of the key priorities of the Kazakhstan 2050 strategy. 5 institutional reforms and a plan of the nation, 100 concrete steps. As a result of successive reforms, a unique model of civil service has been established, based on the principles of meritocracy, pragmatism, efficiency, and accountability to the public.
Major changes have been carried out in the civil service system. Vacant positions are to be filled exclusively on a competitive basis with the use of a 3-stage recruitment. Unified competence framework was introduced. Emphasis shifted from evaluation of theoretical knowledge to competencies. Institute of Observers for the Transparency of Competitive Procedures was introduced. Training programs were modernized with a focus on practice and application of the competence approach. All programs are developed in partnership with the top universities of the world. A new wage system based on grading and bonuses has been introduced in a pilot mode. Employee assessment system, rotation and internship institutes were improved. The Institute of Hiring Foreign Managers was introduced.
Today, in order to improve the efficiency of the government institutions, business processes are optimized and organizational culture is being changed. For example, we automated the Human Resources Management Program. OECD experts acknowledge the civil service of Kazakhstan as professional and strategic. OECD has conducted a comparative analysis of the civil service in Kazakhstan and in OECD countries.
Kazakhstan is on the path to developing a human resource management framework that is consistent with those of most OECD countries, and that Kazakhstan shares with OECD countries many common priorities for reform that target more accountability, efficiency, and functionality of the states.
The convenient and affordable mobile digital service that meets the needs of the population and business sector is the priority in the development of a service-oriented state. Fostering e-government services is an important tool to eradicate petty corruption. According to the 2018 UN e-government survey, Kazakhstan is in the very high e-government group and ranked 8th among the Asian countries. To improve this area, the agency launched the Digital Agent mobile application. It allows the citizens to evaluate the work of the public service centers and to report on its quality to the agency for quick solutions to the members of the public. This innovation also stimulates solving the problems of citizens as promptly as possible. To further enhance the customer focus, the agency launched Open Mayor's Offices project, where up to 25 types of services can be obtained in specially created public areas. Many government agencies are transforming their offices following the open space principles. Corruption prevention is one of the main priorities of the state policy and is the most important task of the agency. Today, a project approach is actively used in the fight against corruption. Therefore, the agency successfully implements a number of anti-corruption projects.
Together with local governments, so-called Akimats, we launched Regions Free from Corruption project offices all over the country. The main goal of the project is to fully eradicate petty corruption by 2020. Representatives of civil society have been appointed as the heads of project offices. As a result, the project unites the anti-corruption efforts of government institutions and civil society and transforms into a national movement at the end.
The agency launched a project protecting business and investments to create a favorable investment and business climate in the country. The goal of the project is to ensure 100% protection of investors and businesses from bureaucratic and corruption offenses on the part of dishonest officials. With the aim to cultivate an anti-corruption culture among the youth and to strengthen the principles of academic integrity in colleges and universities, the agency launched Conscious Generation Project. As of now, the project has developed anti-corruption recommendations for higher education institutions and the Ministry of Education and monitors their implementation, ensuring the best possible public involvement. In countering corruption, IT technologies play an important role. For example, the Open Government Electronic Platform is functioning to ensure transparency and accountability of government agencies.
The platform consists of 5 portals where every citizen can get acquainted with budget expenditures, discuss draft regulation, apply for online consultation, as well as evaluate the effectiveness of state bodies. For example, budget information is posted on the Open Budgets portal, and the Open Dialogue service allows applicants to assess the quality of consideration of appeals by the government agencies.
Another IT solution to prevent corruption is the interactive Open Budget Map introduced in our capital in 2018. The platform allows online access to the sites financed from the state budget and leaving feedback with attached photos or videos. By the end of the year, similar maps will be launched throughout the country. Building a fair society begins with small deeds. One of such steps is the launch of so-called integrity shops and kiosks. The idea is based on trust so that they function without shop assistance. Across the country, more than 4,000 stores have been opened at government agencies, universities, schools, courts, airports, and police precincts. As a result of the measures taken by the agency, the number of citizens facing corruption in government bodies has decreased. At the same time, the number of people expressing a negative attitude towards corruption and those who are ready to make a personal contribution to its eradication has increased. Along with the preventive work of the agency, the National Anti-Corruption Bureau implements law enforcement functions based on the principles of the rule of law and the inevitability of responsibility for corruption. Officials convicted for committing corruption offenses are responsible to the fullest extent of the law, regardless of their ranks. The number of calls to the call center grows annually, which indicates a growing trust to the National Anti-Corruption Bureau. Due to the effective synergy of preventive and law enforcement efforts since 2016, the level of corruption in the country has been decreasing. Not wishing to settle for what has already been achieved, Kazakhstan intends to continue the uncompromising fight against corruption in the future as well. The agency actively develops international cooperation in its main areas of activity. Kazakhstan has ratified fundamental international anti-corruption legal instruments. The agency is working to open in Kazakhstan the office of the Regional Anti-Corruption Advisor of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, as well as joining the GRECO, the Group of States Against Corruption, and the Open Government Partnership. Integrity, openness, and accountability are not just words. They are the main values of the society free from corruption and a precondition for further successful development of the country.